It was the Duchess's birthday, and Spencer had arrived on the Fat Controller's railway. "Steady, Spencer," called the Duke. "There's plenty of time." But Spencer was in a hurry. "Make way! Fastest engine coming through!" That often annoyed the engines and vehicles ahead. But Spencer cared not one bit. "I've plenty of water this time, Gordon," he called out to Gordon. Good riddance. Soon they had to stop at Mayfway for a red signal. "Bother," huffed Spencer. "Fancy being stuck on branch lines all day." Then, as if by cue, Toby and Henrietta arrived. Spencer snapped. "Oh no," he cried, as if things couldn't get any worse. First being stuck on dingy branch lines, and now fancy looking at an old wooden shed, pulling a shed made for passengers. Toby sniffed indignantly. "I beg your pardon," he huffed, "but I'll have you know that I'm more useful than you'll ever find me to be." Spencer only laughed, as if those other old engines would tell me otherwise. And when the signal was green, Spencer was off in a flash, leaving Toby very speechless. Later, Thomas and Duck had returned to the sheds after a hard day's work, when they noticed Toby looking down at his buffers. "That's odd," thought Duck. "This isn't like Toby." Thomas agreed and decided to ask Toby what was wrong. "Oh, it's Spencer," sighed Toby, and he told them about what he had said. Thomas and Duck snorted indignantly. "Oh, don't pay attention to that bossy silver buffers." "Quite," puffed Duck. "He puffs all along the line, thinking he knows better." "A bit like Gordon," joked Thomas. "Although Gordon's much better than him anyway." "Never you mind, Toby," comforted Duck. "You are more useful than he knows." Toby felt a little better after that, but he still can't get over the feeling that Spencer thought he was too old. The next day, the birthday party was over, and it was time for Spencer to take the Duke and Duchess back home. But he was so busy thinking how grand he was that he didn't pay attention to where he was going. He'd accidentally been switched onto the loop line instead of the main line. Before they even realized it, they were stopped at the next station. "What's going on?" demanded Spencer. "I was about to ask the same thing," said the station master. "You're not supposed to be here," and he explained the situation to the driver. "We need to get back home as soon as possible," cried the Duke and Duchess. "There's a shortcut," explained the station master, "but Spencer's too heavy for the rails there." Spencer was offended. At that moment, Toby arrived. He was very surprised. "Something wrong?" he asked worriedly. "Yes," said Spencer's driver, "but I think you're the solution to it." And he asked Toby if he could take the Duke and Duchess back home. Spencer was indignant. "Give them to this old wooden shed? I absolutely would not take that chance." "I don't mind him," said the Duchess sweetly. "He might look old, but he looks really useful." Toby was surprised and felt better. "There's plenty of room in Henrietta," added the driver. Soon the Duke and Duchess climbed into Henrietta, and Toby was on his way. They had a wonderful time, and Toby them all about his adventures was on his old line. They were very impressed. Sorry about what Spencer had said to you, the Duke apologized. Don't worry about it, smiled Toby. All's well that ends well, I tell you. And they continued to chat until they reached the end of the line. A few weeks later, Spencer was returning home again, but he stopped to chat with Toby. Sorry for being rude to you, he said sheepishly. You are a very useful tram engine after all. Oh, that's all right, smiled Toby. Just glad to be useful on the Fat Controller's railway. And thank you for looking after the Duke and Duchess for me, smiled Spencer. But I must wonder, why on earth would you help me even after I was so rude to you? Because, smiled Toby, engines look out for each other, no matter what. Many were rude to me at the past, but I don't care what they thought about me. I'm just glad to be really useful. So am I, smiled Spencer. But from here on out, I guess you could say you're the Duke and Duchess's little Tram. Toby could only chuckle in agreement. Wait, what was Bulgy doing in the first place?